makes it even worse, I actually now have 3. Here we go. We are live. We are connected. Everything is working, I believe. That makes a change. There we go. Wonderful evening. That was good timing. I feel a connection coming in already. Good evening, friends. Good evening. Wow, wasn't that nice and tuneful too? Good evening and welcome this fine Thursday evening to Littleport Christian Spiritualists. It's a pleasure to see you all here. So wonderful and exciting, because we're going to dive straight into it and say, we've got a good night for you tonight. So please give a proper, raucous, rigorous Littleport welcome to our medium tonight, a very dear friend, the one and only David Schiesser! Now, it's not the first time David's been to Littleport, so he knows what we're like. But do send your love and thoughts to him throughout this evening, because I know he will appreciate that. And I know we're in very, very safe hands. So welcome to you and your guides, David. And thank you for coming back. Notices. We're in April. We're halfway through April already. It's blooming weird, I tell you. I'm losing track of the weeks and the days and the months, but we are halfway through April. And I've been waiting for about 5 months to be able to say what I'm about to say. This coming Sunday sees the return of the White Feather Shamanic Drum Healing Group. It's going to be exciting. It's brilliant. It's on a Sunday. It's in that little room. It's between 10 and 1. It's a £5. Eunice leads. We will be mentioning Eunice in a moment. Eunice we worked together. I've always seen Barroway Drove as the sister of Littleport and vice versa. So we'll always do what we can to support. So well done for what you're doing and keep up the good work. And by the way, you know what happened on Saturday? Yes. I'm so excited. It was brilliant. So all good fun at the fair, and welcome back to our friends online. I will do my best to keep you with us from now on. Yes, I can see there's 7 people with us, so hello. I think that covers all the notices. Just fortunate, really, because I was ranting. Let's join together and open this service properly in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to come together as friends, to unite under a banner of love, of hope, and of friendship, as we seek and aim to witness your proof and your truth that life is indeed eternal. As we place this service in your care and keeping, Great Spirit, we ask that the veil be lifted, that our loved ones draw close, and that you send your angels of light and support and upliftment to both David and his guides, that they may provide that realm of truth and proof that we are one. And so as we begin, we make the statement as ever, that everything we do is in love, in truth, and in light. Amen. So I didn't miss any notices, did I? Cream tea, tickets, Barroway Drove, sound bath, drumming. That's everything. Excellent. Oh, one last thing. The poster, when it goes up, is going to be a little bit different for next week, because next week we're having a bit of a special one. Many of you who've been before will know Lisa Snowflake Checkley, who occasionally comes with some random stuff. She's done crystals and all sorts of things. Well, she's known for one thing and one thing above all others. And next week, next Thursday evening, she'll be demonstrating it here, because next week will be a service with tea leaf reading. So she will be making us all a cuppa, and you can have a drink before the service if you'd like a reading. So it will be a tea leaf reading next week. So it'd be nice to watch if you've never seen tea leaf reading before. It's really quite fascinating, and she's very good. So there we are. Friends, I haven't got a lot to say this week. Put your jaw back on. But I don't. I genuinely don't. You see, one of the things about spiritual philosophy is it's about life. And it should be pertinent. It should be of the moment. And it should be appropriate. Sometimes, as we found out the other day, you can make use of that situation to help out a friend, to help guide people to a better way of working together. But the truth is, philosophy is only part of the spiritual solution. The other half is action. The other half is getting on with it. The other half is doing. And sometimes you can get carried away with nice words and nice thoughts and spend your whole time sitting there contemplating your navel and never actually getting anything done. I've done it a lot. Spiritual philosophy is important. Spiritual philosophy is appropriate. But there comes a time to stop talking and a time to start acting. A time to stop thinking and a time to start doing. A time to stop worrying about whether the right words are there and make sure the right actions are there. If we look out into the world in which we live, there's a lot of words. There's a lot of communication. And sometimes the reason things roll on is because there's not a lot of action. There comes a time in every spiritual path and in every spiritual journey when you have to take the plunge and stand and be counted, say what you need to say, and then take an action to back it up and verify it. And this is where we find ourselves in our lives right now. The time for words is over. They'll always be there because Spirit provides them. The time for nice phrases and flowery thoughts will always be there, but the time has come for action. To reach out and help a friend, to reach out and be nice to someone. You don't need telling what being nice is. Nobody really does. Compassion is as inherent within us as breathing. When we look out into that world and we look at the communication ability we have these days, there's a lot. And not all of it is true. But your heart will help you discern and understand the truth. And when you know what you know to be the truth, and when you feel inspired to stand up and be counted, know that just as much as when you speak and those words come, the actions will be supported by Spirit as well. As I say, my friends, the time for words is over. It's time to start backing them up with action, compassion, kindness, and good deeds. God bless you all, and thank you for listening. I think that's got to be one of the shortest philosophies I've ever done. So now to see where the Spirit takes us next, we're going to have our reading, and I am going to hand over for Caroline for this because she's just been wired up and ready. So please welcome to the front to give us this week's reading, Caroline.
Thank you. Okay, so this is called The Simple Things. Life is full of simple things that make you feel like queens and kings. A smile, a laugh can make your day, that little spark to light the way. Look around and you will see the birds, the flowers, that big oak tree. All good things of beauty all around. Just listen, you can hear their sound. The gentle rustle of the breeze should help to make you feel at ease. Walk through the grass barefoot to feel how the softness of the earth can heal. Kindness to others is also good. If only everyone just could take a few minutes of their day to smile and give someone a hey. You don't have to spend lots of money to make your day feel really sunny. It really isn't hard to see. After all, it's said the simple things in life are free.
Well, if you were looking for Spirit paralleling, I think we got that one. Thank you, Caroline. That's beautiful. Well done. Wow. For those that have never been before or not been in a while or don't know, when we have the reading, I have no idea what it's about. I've no idea what's been written. I ask Spirit for guidance on what I'm supposed to say. Caroline or Eunice, whenever they do their readings, do the same, but we don't confer. And when you find that thread of similarity, there you find the thread of Spirit telling you what to do, or advising you what to do. We don't get told what to do. We do get severely encouraged sometimes, though, don't we, David? So thank you, Caroline. Beautiful. And so now we talk about action. Now it's time to be proactive in our efforts towards helping people, individuals in the world as we have our healing. So healers, prepare yourselves in that way that we discussed if you want to give that one a go. But to talk us through what's going to happen with the healing, please welcome our healing leader, Tony.
Well, thank you. In a few moments, I will ask you to put your healing thoughts out there, and particularly for the following: Dave, David, Glenda, a very good friend, Chris, Helen and family, Deb and family, Charlotte, Janet, and the other half who's not here because she's not very well. But she will be looking after everybody on Sunday, I can assure you. If you would like some close proximity, hands-on, whatever you like to call it, healing, just please raise a hand, and one of, or two, or three of our healers will rush to find you. Enough, are we there? Anybody without?
Well, it's all right, I'll come to you.
Sorry, Barry, can you? Thank you, mate.
Thank you.
He didn't want to, but he's going to now. As I always say at this part of the evening, Great Spirit, would you please send your healing powers down through our healers to those who've asked for it, and at the very same time, please protect them from anything they don't want to receive. Healers, call on your guides and inspirers and help us, because you've got about 3 minutes or so to do your work.
Great Spirit, Father, Mother, God, divine source of the universe and great Creator. Here we bring unto you all those listed in all the healing books throughout the land. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. Be they sick in mind, body, spirit, or soul, that it may please thee to heal them, those we know, those we do not know, those that have no one to ask for them. We ask for them now. We ask for them now. Now.
Thank you, healers. If you can just say your thanks and bring yourselves back. And as I say every week, thanks to those of you who asked. And if ever you need healing before or after the service, just find one of us healers and we'll be sure to do it for you.
Absolutely. Thank you, everyone, for being a part of that. And I have just got to say, two names that were just mentioned, Eunice and Chris. We hope you're feeling better. We know you're watching because I can see you commenting. Eunice, I've given him what I was asked to give him. Chris, your wife has something for you from up Bonnie, Scotland. So I've done my jobs, my good deeds of the week in terms of communicating and passing things on. But yes, they are watching, so I hope you all feel uplifted by that healing. I always do. It's funny that I don't know whether I'm sure you've noticed though, whenever there's healing in a service, there's always a change in dimension and a change in vibration when that starts to flow. And I just think it's beautiful. But of course, that dimension and that flow is about to change again, because in a moment, I'm going to be handing over to David to take the rest of this service. If David should come to you, please answer in a clear voice, yes, no, don't know. Don't feed the medium. He really has my permission to bite your hand off if he so wishes.
Kind person.
No, he's not really. He's lovely and he will look after you. But a couple of important points. If for any reason we do need to leave the building, the exit's at the back, through the wings or through the stage. And have a wonderful evening. Send your love and thoughts. Enjoy yourselves. And welcome our medium tonight, the lovely David.
Thank you very much. Hi everyone. It's an honor and pleasure to be back. So thank you for having me back. And we'll see where we go tonight. Yes? Thank you so much. There's one living soul present. Thank you, you got me. Nick said it quite rightly. Healing is a wonderful energy, but this is communication. So I need you to wake up energetically a little bit. And how you can do this is please just think of your loved ones, the ones that you would like to talk to, but maybe also widen your horizon to those who might not be the first ones for you to wish for. That can easily happen. So sometimes people are astonished that people we don't think they should communicate do communicate. Yeah? Isn't that lovely? I had that before. It's like, yes, I had a cousin. However, we weren't really close. The spirit world doesn't care. If they have something to say, they want to say it. However, I know sometimes there are also delicate communications, and if you're not ready to take this communication, please say so. Would you do that for me? There is no commitment here. Yes or no? Yes? Give me your voice. Thank you. Can you imagine how the spirit world is cheering when they hear your voices? Especially if you sing wrongly underneath the shower. Isn't that lovely? And I don't know why I said that. Good. So please say no if you don't understand the information. It's really important. To us, we're working in integrity. Should you not understand what I'm saying, which is possible, very possible, then please do that as well. I do know I have a, it's interesting here. I know he's a dad, but I feel he's also a partner. And it's really, what strikes me here is his sense of humor. And I also know that he did sing. He didn't sing well, but he wouldn't care about that because this is, it feels to me something that would very strongly resonate to someone. And I feel I want to talk to someone who knows that in the world of spirit. Who would understand that in the world of spirit? Who would understand that he did sing? I'm not saying that he was making a career of it. That's what I'm really aware of. Hands up. No, so I don't take sort of. Thank you very much for being brave to say something. Okay, thank you very much. What I know with this dad here is there is kind of an awkward humor that you have to really understand because he's dry in how he presents himself. He's very dry how he presents himself to people that he don't know. So therefore, I know as a personality, he would stand back, observe, and see how things are developing here. Who understands that with that? Thank you. I thought so. I didn't. I come always to you. Did he sing?
Very badly, like you
Yes,
said.
thank
He was
you.
in a choir.
And of course, I said the
And
partner.
you said
Sorry.
it. You said it.
Yeah, I know it. So it's. I come. I don't know why I do this. It's not planned, okay? But I hope you didn't have just recently a communication. Is that okay? Okay. So I didn't know about the singing, to be honest. What really confuses me here is I know he was known as a very open and welcoming person. So it confuses me actually that even though he is very welcoming, he would never make anybody feel awkward, but he is cautious in who he invites in his life or in his inner circle, yeah? You both understand and accept that. And I have to say, this is not because he was his personality was this way, because I feel that in his life he would have experienced disappointments with dear friends or close friends that misused trust. Is that correct? And it makes me really sad, because he's also, your dad and partner is really an emotional man. He could show emotions. He would not show it to the outer. He was really good in containing himself. But I know that there is this. Can I ask, when his dad passed away, is this correct that I feel this broken heart?
Very much. Yes.
That this was a real loss for him?
Yes.
Because I can just feel that. You see, it's interesting that we say from some losses you never recover, and I feel that is the same here. So I know that what he feels, or what he knows, is that you have that feeling. Not to go into too much. From some losses we don't recover. I must say, but what is so beautiful is what he's bringing is, and he was very good in disciplining his mind. I feel that he taught you how to discipline your mind.
Yes.
To look into the positivity. To it's almost like, you know what, when you feel sad, when you feel insecure, go into a memory where you felt happy.
Yeah.
That's what I feel he would have taught you.
Yes.
You see, and then relive that moment to use it for your benefit here. Very, very interesting. Quite astonished that you kept short your address.
Yes, he would be. Yeah, he's been through quite a few long ones.
But it's just a joke here. But
Yeah.
no, it's literally it's really funny. And I know this is something about taking the time to say what needs to be said. You know, it's not about cutting short, but I can't really grasp it. Would you understand, either of you both, that there are discussions to be held where it needs to be thorough, and in depth?
Yes.
It needs to be really properly spoken through, and in quite an honesty here. Was there an issue at one time with inheritance?
Yeah, yes, there was. Yeah. Yeah.
I know in life he couldn't care less, but yet he still cared privately.
Very much.
Because that was not fair, was it? That was interesting. And yet, I find it fascinating. Sorry, I'm just having a good time with him. It's not about revenge, not at all. But it is about saying that everybody will need to own up for what they have done.
Mm-hmm.
And it feels to me eventually he got justice.
Yes.
There's something resolved. Is that right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's not about justice. There's this human thing of finally you got it. But it seems to me it was a real situation where people weren't treated properly as they should have been, and here it feels like a resolution that has happened where It's at peace.
Yeah.
And then he said what he said. And then it was good.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's exactly the way it was.
Yeah. And then we are at peace. I think it's really, the message is about peace. But also the acknowledgement that you carry what you carry in your heart. That's okay. But you can still be at peace. And resolutions, they will come. But I'm aware that something needs to be thoroughly brought forward onto the table, very honestly, and that's okay. That makes sense.
It does, absolutely.
Okay. That's lovely that he comes every time I am here.
Yeah.
I don't think I've met him, or maybe
No, he always used to look after the mediums when they'd arrive, you see,
Okay.
so he's making up for lost.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, yeah, thank you so much. He's a great. Before I leave, I know he's a great advocate for healing.
Yes.
Very interesting. But it doesn't mean that we have to sugarcoat.
Mm.
Healing doesn't happen through sugarcoating. It happens through compassionate honesty. Lovely. Ah. Oui. I'm getting very philosophical. Where he was very short, I extend, which is beautiful. So I feel this message about healing is for everybody here in this room. That healing doesn't have to be sugar-coated. It is based on honesty with compassion and understanding. Thank you so much for allowing me to. I just felt it going there. But thank you very much for allowing, because sometimes, even if it's not the right connection, it increases the energy. Okay, wonderful. So I know I have a mom here joining very, very patiently. And it's a funny thing to say that her perms, her I don't know what it's called. She knows about hairdressing, I must say, because she's very specific about the rollies. What are the rollies called?
Rollers.
Rollers. Thank you. literally. Okay, thank you very much. Because it seems to be so important how you lay the hair, and that is properly done here. So I know she was a lady. I would call her a lady that was very much aware of how she presented herself. She's not I don't feel her, or she doesn't sound like a loud lady, but well spoken. Takes her time. When she speaks, it is thought. It is not just delivered without thinking. And there's a mindfulness with her to not want to upset. So I feel, because of there is something interesting within the family where I feel, and I have to say, I feel that she wants to talk to a daughter here, that within the family, she not always positioned herself the way she should have done, because she loved a kind of a harmony. So she tried to keep it harmonious. And I feel that there was a situation where she should have stood up and positioned herself. Who understands that with mom? Anyone there? No, it's fine. It's fine. Let me work. So hand up. You can understand and you can understand. Okay. So you both understand the subject about the family where she should have positioned herself. Yes, yes. Okay. It's cool. You know, maybe we have a mom party. Okay. I have like that. It's like, oh, and then she said, no, 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 no. I wasn't the one that liked the parties. I know, therefore, she wasn't so freely expressive in herself. That makes sense with your mom, and it makes sense with your mom. So I have a clash of two, maybe. So we'll see. Either I can separate or I'll work with you both, which is really, really great. And but she knew about hair and how to cut the hair. Would you say yes or no? Would she have cut you the hair? Isn't that interesting? Are you sure when you were younger how it needs to be cut? There is something about cutting the hair, honestly. Perm hair. Okay. Sorry when I say that. Hang on a minute, huh? Sorry when I say that. But if you, yes, but sometimes you need to balance the sides properly. And you need to cut off a little bit because not every hair grows the same quick. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. It doesn't grow as fast as maybe the other side. And sometimes you have to balance it a little bit. Would that make sense? She's very particular about that. You know, it's like it needs to be. Sorry that I thought she would have cut it as well. Okay. If I'm talking about your mom now, and I'm not losing you at the moment, hopefully, I just need to separate them because they feel a bit the same then. I don't know how to express myself emotionally. I don't know what I need to say to make it right. Would you accept that with your mom? And I feel with your mom that you were quite different to her, even though there are elements that are alike. What you needed as a child was different to what she was able to give. Where I feel you needed the comfort of the protection, of being carried, of being held. Where she was a bit, yes, a bit composed in herself. Would you accept that, yes or no? Not sure you would know. What's about you? Okay, cool, wonderful. I'm getting there slowly. Okay, so you understand that the distance, the emotional distance I want to talk about here. But what confuses me, in her eyes, I wanted to have closeness, but yet physically I couldn't really give it. Does that make sense? And I feel that you understood her because she really kept going with that throughout her life. This was always this. It's strange because she needed you close, but yet not close as you wished it to be. Does that make sense? I feel that she relied on you. That she needed you to look after her, to start sorting out. I feel, did you sort out her bills? Were you responsible to pay bills or the finances? Yes, thank you very much. Because I'm getting very confused. I'm getting very confused. But the way, and I hope that you can accept that. She didn't express love as we normally would think that is expression of love. but I know she loved you very much. But it's really difficult for her to say it. But yet I know towards the very end, she really softened. I feel that there was a moment where you had a relationship that is like, there we have arrived. Would you accept that? But I also feel it was cut short. It was really cut short. Is it with you that, because she lost weight, didn't she? And I feel that the ring was too loose, that a ring was taken off. It wasn't when she passed away. I feel it was before that she needed to have, and oh, she had always cold hands, cold fingers. Really like that they're not getting warm, aren't they? And I would even because I feel that she got very tired towards the end, but I feel that you were there because I can hear that she heard your voice and the stroking. She was always concerned about her hair, though. As confused as she got, her hair was always important. So I know when she passed, her hair was immaculately done. Would you accept that? Because I know that was a focus, that was a point of focus, which is really beautiful. It's like, how funny is that? One is dead and still cared about her hair from the world of spirit. But there is a bit of humor here, and what I feel here very much with her, and I hope that makes sense, please, or you would understand that. She feels now absolutely liberated in the way that who she can be. For I feel that who she was conditioned. It wasn't just because she chose to be that way. I feel she was from an early age conditioned to represent a certain role or a certain behavior. Would you accept that? And I feel that she passed that on to you. Did you have to behave in a certain way? Manners. I'm talking about manners. Yeah. What I mean with that one is that as a child you weren't as free as other children just to run around and do what you wanted to do. There was a tightness there. There was where you were formed or molded to a certain picture of what you had to be to. And I feel that was where she came from as well. She was massively formed. And what a woman has to be. Interesting. It's true, isn't it? Like the role of a woman. What I feel important here for you, that she inspires me to talk about is, and I hope I can put that into the right words. It's about acknowledge more what you have become and what you had to go through. What you have become. You know, it's like you're not always acknowledging the pathway that lies behind you. What you have achieved. Would you accept that? Maybe. We don't like maybes. Don't like maybes. Let me put it that way. So what you have experienced in life could have made you a person who distrusts people, that could have withdrawn with her love, but you never did. You always gave the second and third chance. Where I feel she wouldn't give second or third chances. Once she was hurt, she would have that, yes. And would you understand that, please, with your mom? She could be very deeply hurt. Very deeply hurt. And it's interesting, I feel that she would stop talking. That she would be quiet. She would not go into rage when she was hurt. I feel she was quiet. And then you knew, the atmosphere, you knew something is going on here. You had to be careful how you tread. Does that make sense here? And I have to say, when I work with your mom, her eyes are something that you would remember. I would know, depending on the look, how she felt. Would you accept that? Let me convince you. You are very good in reading micro movements with people. Do you know what I mean with that? You read people's faces. They don't need to tell you if something is wrong. You know that something is wrong. You have an awareness. You see it in their eyes. Even though they smile, you see it in their eyes. That's what I'm talking about. And I feel that you learned that when you grew up. You had to read the room. You had to read it. And I know she could, if I had crossed her, I would know it with no words. Does that make sense? It's really, really interesting. She's a bit of a different personality, because with your mom, there is a bit more strength that comes. When she put the foot down, there was no movement. You accept that. So I can feel her strength here. And I'm certainly not allowing myself to be told what I have to do. So there is a real stubbornness with your mom. And I feel it didn't make it so easy, because I feel that there was an illness, that there was this comfort. And I don't feel that it was very easy for people to please her how she needed it to have, or needed it to be. Can you accept that? There's something that she speaks about, too hot water. Did she have an issue with someone? Do you accept that she needed to help with being washed or looked after? And there must have been an issue where if that was a nurse or someone, used too hot water, that she became very, very sensitive skin-wise. Would you accept that, please? You can say no. Okay. When I speak about, because I hear it, you see, I hear someone talking about hot water and the problem of being either washed or touched with hot water and the pain of it. You would not remember that with your mom or anybody else. Okay, thank you very much. But the strength and the stubbornness you understood, that not wanting to be told what she has to do and what she shouldn't do. Because I know there was a discussion. And she drives me up the wall. She really challenges. And I feel that she would have challenged you. Yes, good, wonderful. You know what? Where you seem to have things in common, and I would now say no, okay? I accept that, I will not challenge that, is like you inherited her stubbornness. People don't think that, but you can be quite stubborn. Is that right? So, what this is all about, I feel that you're speaking about accepting help, that others are allowed to help you, that you don't have to do it on your own. But you seem to like not to be a bother for others. Is that correct? Okay, and that's a bit stubborn because people try to help or support, and it's like feeling pushed away. And sometimes people want to help because they love you. As you loved Mum, she pushed away. And it would have been the greatest privilege to help and support. Does that make sense? So maybe that's a similarity here. Not to be too stubborn, to wanting to do it on your own. Allow someone to help you if they want to help you is also showing their love for you. Can you accept that? Very, very interesting personality she is, I must say. She had always an opinion. And it's funny, she had always an opinion about other people's haircuts or something. I need to ask you, was she displeased that you wear your hair so short? Did she have a certain picture in mind about who you should be, how you should look, how you should be dressed? When you were younger, did you have clashes with each other because she wanted you to be something that you were not? When you were a teenager, did you not go through a phase where you just expressed yourself the way you wanted to express, and she had a different opinion? They know. Thank you. So who here in this room knows that? Mom clashes with mom, wanted you to look differently than you wanted to look. That must be really, really evident here. And I can feel the discussions that you had when you were a teen. And I can feel that you would do things differently than she wanted, not because you wanted it to be that way, you just wanted it to be different than she wanted it to be. So there's a real mom-daughter clash. Who understands that? Come on. Too real. I hear whispers. Can you accept what I just said? And you were nothing like dresses anyway. Okay. Can I ask, were you into heavy metal? Because she hated it. It's something that is quite, do rock or something where we do head banging. Thank you. I please accept my mistake with heavy metal. But it wouldn't be her style of music at all. Because there must be a memory here. I'm not dodging here, absolutely not. There must be a moment where you wanted to punish her with something that she disliked so much that you pretended to like it. Okay, you can't remember. That's fair enough. But I'm not dodging because I know that because I know that she tried everything to mold you somehow or to bring you back into what she wanted you to be. Is that okay? Can I leave it that? Because it's like, well, obviously I'm not a daughter and I haven't had this experience with my mom, so I find it a bit funny, to be honest. But what is so beautiful that it's hard is absolute love. I mean, you cannot live with it without each other. I feel that this is just like you drive me mad, but I love you anyway. Does that make sense here? Good. So you don't understand that element with hot water, an incident with hot water. Okay. Okay. No, it doesn't feel right either. So I tried it. I let it go. There is. Can you accept when I say that later in your life that you moved away from her, that there was a distance between the two, where it feels a bit where communication wasn't as tight, I must say. But I also feel that she didn't really engage to make it tighter. And I feel that there is a regret here about having missed time, that's what, or missed part of life, or and I feel there is a stubbornness there as well, that she couldn't just jump over her. I don't know if you say that as well in English, but jumping over her own shadow to be, to let it be okay. It's like I must say, it feels here really. When she was hurt, she was really hurt. She would never forget. It's like an elephant never forgets. But also I feel with her is where other people never forget, but kind of forgive and move on. She would always bring it back to the surface somehow. So is that, that almost like, what if I see her? When is the knife coming? When is this criticism coming? It's like which is really sad, and you then also accept about when you did something really good, you could always do better. It was kind of never good enough. Really strange here. That you pushed and pushed and pushed and pushed, and in pushing and pushing and pushing, she pushed away further and further. And I feel there is a deep regret for that. But I also feel that there is an absolute accountability, because I feel you tried. I feel you tried till the very end. Yeah. And now she comes. But I feel sorting it out, it was you that sorted it out with her. It was not her sorting it out with you. It was you making that step to have that. And you see, when you function the way people want you to function, then the world is a perfect place. So I feel you accommodated her wishes and dreams. Not saying that it was right to do so, but it's like being the more intelligent one, to be honest. Isn't that lovely? That's not from me, that's from her here. So I feel that she's really aware of the missed times, to be honest. But also what I feel is because you must make sure that you have the time with your family, with the small ones, to be honest. It's like, about how quickly time passes. So you want to now make the most of it. Do you have grandchildren? Sorry, you look far too young. Children, and they're not yet there yet. Oh, they're grown up. Oh, I don't predict, okay? I'm not predicting anything. But there seems to be that would you accept that you would embrace young life in the family? Is that right? Thank you very much. So there seems to be something from mom that knows about this one, and also that cherishing time to really, because she wasn't that kind of grandmother, was she? Yes, but I mean, what I mean is like I want to be on every step on the way. You know, I really want to make the time count. That's what it feels. And in a way, she's looking forward to do this with you. So through your experience, to experience that as well. Isn't that lovely? So I hope you can accept that there is accountability, but also an acknowledgement that there was a lot of missed time, missed moments here. But also apparently, you know, she is really herself. It's like, well, this is very true. However, I must have done something right, because otherwise you wouldn't have turned out the way you are. So I think that's your mom, that she would just do this. But of course, I think it's really important for you to know about this accountability. Huh? All right then. Thank you so much. Who in this hall knows about a lady who was in a care home and wasn't properly cared for? Anyone else? Can we try? Would that not make sense to you about how to be washed and water too hot and for you? Okay, thank you, because she speaks it. I cannot take that away, and I feel it's a very close connection here. Is that correct? Is this mom? Thank you. Like, that is so much on a friendship level here. This is incredible. It is mom. I know in life she would have taken over the role as a mom, but there was a moment where she had to give in and let you deal with. You had to step into another role, I have to say. Yeah, exactly. But you know, for some people, they are pushed into this role, having to be all of a sudden parent. But not in this case. You just took it on because, and she wouldn't want to burden herself onto you at all. But she just knew, I am dependent now, and that's where I feel it was more the friendship level rather than I'm becoming your mom now and I have to mother you and tell you what to do. And there is a real fragility with her. Is almost. I don't want to go too much into the sad times, but there must have been also a lack of her being moved or you know, from bed into a chair where she had the possibility to build muscle. And that's where I feel so fragile all of a sudden, or there was a problem with her balance as well. I feel that I need help to and apparently, as I understand, or if I understand her correct, you really had to fight that she gets the care that she deserves. It wasn't an easy journey, not at all. Oh, you never showed her your tears, but there were tears. There were when the door was shut, and I knew she knew, but she also would not embarrassing you to tell you that she knew. Relationship that you two have. She's not a person who would interfere with life and how you have to run your own family, your life. I feel she was always very happy to hear about it, and if you had something to share, she would listen. I don't feel that she would ever advise what to do, but she would just listen and almost. I feel her a very inspirational lady, to be honest. She would come out with something out of the blue that makes you stop and think. that right? Did she love the is it called the watercolors? The flowers in watercolors? Because what I'm seeing here is the winter irises, the small one. I love them. Iris. Would also the name Iris make be significant? Thank you, because it seems. Do you understand that in connection with an aunt and her being sisters or close friends? More the friends. Okay, isn't that interesting? Told them, give me my. So I find it really interesting that what she's bringing here. Very philosophical lady. I feel. I love. I say that now. There must have been little books of poetry or something as well. Yeah, because what I see is like the irises are kind of the first to bloom. They always say the snowdrops, but actually the little irises come very, very early. And as a reflection into your life is there is a new spring coming. Like it seems that there is something new starting to blossom but it's still a bit delicate. Would you accept that? That there's something new developing here? Because I feel it is clear what it is. It is a solid thought. It is not just an idea, but it is not quite ripe enough to just be manifested. That makes sense. Kind of. Now I'm really interested in it. And you as well, aren't you? The reason why I want to listen properly what he's trying to convey here to me, not to be too logical, but can't really grasp it, to be honest. But I know that it's not just an idea in your head. There is already substantial thought has gone into a new project. But it is not yet manifested the way you want it to be. It's true, isn't it? But what she brings, and that's now, because when you fought for her well-being, it was very delicate how you had to handle it. But yet you knew you were in a strong position. You stood strong. And it feels the same where you are now. I know where I am, I know what I want, but it's still a bit delicate. It's not quite the right time to press forward and just do it. It needs a little bit more time for it to develop. But it is there. It is there. So patience is an awful word, isn't it? It is an awful word. But it comes, be patient and stand your ground. I'm not telling you what to do, and she shouldn't either, but I feel it's not the moment yet to press forward, to make rash decisions just because you had enough. It feels like holding the horses and make it more solid. When you are ready, you are ready. And then you're ready. Okay? I hope that helps. Because I know it's also private. That is private. It's not for you know, so I know she wouldn't open it up. But here, such a gratitude what you have done for her and for her dignity is really incredible, very incredible. Thank you very much for working with me. I think that's me done, yeah? Okay, thank you so much, everyone. Glad I found it. So you have the burn with the hot water. Very, okay, so she knows about that. Isn't that lovely? Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, David Schiesser! Oh, my dad's sense of humour. Right, I'm piggybacking off you at the moment. My dad's sense of humour was as dry and arid as it gets. Whenever I get a message, as you know, I like to share a few insights just to back up our mediums. My dad had a neighbour once who didn't speak to him for about 15 years. And it all stemmed from a gag that Dad made in his dry humour sense ability. With Dad's sense of humour, you either got him or you didn't. The neighbour next door had just moved in and was needing some electrics done. And Dad, being Dad, says, oh, I better go and make sure my insurance policy's being up to date if him down the road's doing your electrics for him. But he took him so seriously because Dad was so dry, it sounded like he meant it. And they didn't speak for about 15 years. And that was my dad's sense of humour. But his obsession with justice, he was actually a special constable. And he was in the police as a special for, was it 30 years in the end? 34, there we go. There's Mum's channeling him today. 34 years, and he was the equivalent of a chief inspector. So justice did matter to him. His dry sense of humour is the thing we remember. But also, one thing that I learned from him, you want to deal with something, Nick? Sit back, wait, let everyone burn themselves out, and then say what you need to say. I also learned a very important thing from my father, how to speak, because he too could chew the hind legs off donkeys. So he would be very surprised that I was quite... My other half, poor old Nigel, I think he must have heard the same story about jumping off a roof in a thunderstorm about 50 times, if not 100. And I'm getting just as bad as Dad now. So absolutely a true insight of Dad. Thank you very much. So, ladies and gentlemen, a big thank you to our medium tonight, David. Well, friends, we have got some lovely, lovely people watching tonight, of course, as usual. Eunice and Chris have been watching. They send their love. I've also been asked to say hello to everyone from the lovely Mandy Herring, who's watching from all the way down. I believe she's still on the south coast. You'll have to correct me if I'm wrong. But she just wants to say hello to everyone. Life is moving on, but Pete is with me and advising me regularly. So she's still keeping around in, and she's obviously still thinking of us watching on. So hi, Mandy, from all of us. And hello to everyone watching all across the world. Literally, we have people all over the place watching. And Sally, they're waving at you. They're waving at you. You did get a mention before the service. So for those that don't know, have never been before, if you want to watch the service, you can actually watch the service. If you got a message, you can look back at it like when we used to as mediums have the old tape deck and recorder. We'd give a cassette after the reading. That goes back a ways, doesn't it? I never suppose you ever remembered having one of them. It was probably MP3 players.
You know what the tragic is? The new generation don't know how to deal with those equipment. That makes me very old.
I know the feeling, love. I really, really do. You know, it's the record motion. So there we are. But yes, all good fun, and we have a course advanced technologically, so you can watch it as well as listen to it. And it is available on YouTube forever, but on Facebook for only a month. But you will never be on the screen because the camera's always facing this way, so you're perfectly safe. So there we are. That's where we're at. We have got a raffle to have, and we've also got tea and coffee and biscuits and cucumber sandwiches and sour cream and chive crisps tonight. Plus, there's some of them lovely wafery biscuit things left as well. There's some biscuits, tea, coffee. We've got decaf and full calf of both. So it's going to be a great night. Do stay for that afterwards. But for now, let's close this evening in prayer. As we say, Great Spirit, divine universal source of all, we thank you. We thank you for the opportunity to gather, to send our love and our thoughts to those in need, and to witness the proof that life is indeed eternal. As we go out into the world, let us take with us that message of hope, upliftment, and joy. Let us not fall foul of deception and misfortune, and let us always carry with us hope in our hearts, truth in our thoughts, and strength in our voice. But most importantly, Great Spirit, let you be reflected in our actions. Until we meet again, in your name, amen. Every so often the prayer changes. Friends, a big thank you to each and every one of you. Thank you to the healers. Thank you for the food and the food. Don't forget there are 4 tickets left for the cream tea. See Mother. If you want to know anything about the drumming on Sunday, I'm sure Tony doesn't mind stepping up for the governor, because then if he gets anything wrong, she'll just slap him on Sunday. Don't forget that after the cream tea, there is the sound bathing. And if you're anywhere near Downham Market, do support Barroway Drive. Eternal life. Life eternal. Life. That reminds me of life eternal. There's a Babylon 5 quote in that. Would you believe it? There is a Babylon 5 quote in that. Yes. Because that was the name of a project that they had on there, and it was called Life Eternal. So there we are. You've Babylon 5'd it. Yes! So if you're anywhere near Downham Market, or more accurately Barroway Drove, do have a word with Jack there. And if you're free on, you say the 3rd of March? 5th of June. The 3rd of March. Oh, dear God. The 5th of June, there is a psychic supper over at Barroway Drove. So, well, yeah. Why not? Let's do 1 3rd of March. Let's start planning now, Adolf. But ladies and gentlemen, thank you all. One last big thank you to David Schiesser. God bless you, my friend. To all of you at home, from all of us here, we're going to have a raffle and some foods, but for all of you from all of us. After 3, 1, 2, 3. Bye. And God bless you all. We'll see you next week. Oh, and just to let you know, a reminder, because I went to all the effort of uploading the overlay, our medium next week is the lovely Lisa Snowflake Checkley giving us her tea leaf readings. So from all of us here, we'll see you next week.